One side note to my last video, I talked a lot about family in the titles becoming an idol topic, and it's not really just about that. We see this in our workplaces, organizations, government. We have, all the things. Just because someone's a leader or has a title, a leadership title, doesn't mean they're leading. Just because someone has a title as an authority or an expert does not mean they have expertise. Same as in relationships. Just because someone is your spouse, partner, friend, they have that title, that label, doesn't mean they're living up to it. And what I am all about and encouraging is that we hold people accountable to those titles and not be afraid to do that. I think that it's part of our responsibility as a party to these relationships to do so, just like the other person, should be doing the same. But as I'll talk about in other topics, like, this is not a two-way street. Unfortunately, with the hierarchies that we live in and that we seem to give a lot of deference to, the person higher up on the hierarchy doesn't have the obligation to respect or honor or live up to the way that the person that's closer to the bottom does. And that's a problem. I believe it starts in the family systems because that's where we all start. But we then go into these other systems and we learn to mimic the same behavior in school, church, whatever civic organizations you belong to, then the workplace. And it just gets perpetuated over and over to the point where we accept it. We think it's normal. We think it's the way things have to be or how they naturally are, when we were really just conditioned that way. And why can't we start to condition ourselves to do this differently? Because it's not benefiting us. Most of us are suffering because of this stuff. The mental health, the physical health, the nervous system stuff. Like, none of this is helping. And it's because we are allowing individuals and institutions at the top of these hierarchies to extract all kinds of things from the bottom with no responsibility and no accountability for what they do with that and how they treat the sources of that labor and all of that, those resources that they take. And it causes us basically to just self-abandon all the time. And I see it so much. And in my work with self-love, it's super hard to get people to see it because it's so normal and it's everywhere. Like, how can you convince someone that self-love is better and self-abandonment is bad when everything they're connected to is training them to self-abandon and then shaming them and criticizing them when they don't? We see that with motherhood. We see that with marriage and relationships. We see that with friendships. We see that with organizations, with work. It's like, especially as women, and don't get me started on Black women because that's a double whammy. If you're not giving yourself away in self-sacrifice, if you're not putting yourself last on your list, you're doing it wrong. And that is crazy. And we know it's not right. That's the other thing. We know it's not right. We know it doesn't work. We know it puts us at a huge disadvantage in life. But we don't feel empowered to challenge it. And I really want to be a countering voice to that narrative because it's bullshit. And how it should be is, in the hierarchy of your life, is your relationship with yourself should always be number one. Always. And everything else follows. And you should also have a choice as to how that priority list shakes out. Who you want to devote that time to, who you want to nurture relationships with. There's no automatic hierarchy. You've been lied to. Because when you trace it back, all of those set hierarchies that we follow are designed to only benefit people at the top. You are never a beneficiary of the benefit. You're never going to get the full benefits of that setup. Please be honest with that. And maybe you can't see it. Maybe I'm the person that'll get you to see that. I don't know. I'm not out here to save the world. I'm out here to share what I know, what I've observed, what I've lived, and what I continue to see. And if that resonates with you, great. Come along on the ride with me. Again, I want to have conversations about this. I want to hear your stories and your thoughts and feelings. I do care about that. So join me over on Substack. Subscribe at whatever level you like. But that's where the private conversations are going to start happening, because I'm not doing them on lives. I'm not getting ready to moderate foolishness to have a serious conversation. I want the conversation. So that's what that's going to be. And then if you are a member of my private space, you would have to be a participant in my course to do that. Then even more is going on back there. But for now, I know you got to feel me out. You don't know me from a can of paint. Substack is first. You can be a free subscriber, you can be a paid subscriber, whatever you want. But it's just time. I've been procrastinating. I've been hesitating. It's been a little fear, but then I just know it's the right thing to do. You know, when you know, and you have to act on what you know eventually, because it's just gonna bug the shit out of you until you do it. Anyhow, that's all. Thanks for listening. See you in the next one. Bye.